Okay, my first chess game of 2022, playing Colin Magruder, has never played a game before on chess, or at least a rating game. So, why am I seed number 89? Well, okay, let's play Stafford. This could be my first Stafford Gambit of 2022. Okay, Stafford Gambit time. No better way to start the year. I feel like I might get punished, but we'll see. I like the opponent is thinking here. I like that the opponent is thinking here because there's a lot of ways white can fall into traps. Bishop e2 is the best move. This is what I've been playing myself recently against Stafford. If white really knows what they're doing, it is essentially one of the refutation lines. Now, bishop g5 is not the best move because it leaves b2 undefended. I'm actually... Yeah, I guess bishop f2 doesn't quite work, but I have queen d4. So hitting f2 and b2. And if bishop e3, I can safely take the pawn because takes and then takes, and I'll be up material. Kind of curious if castling... I'll consider knight g4. It looks interesting because I hit f2. I'm looking at the line c3, queen e5, hitting the bishop and threatening mate. If takes, I'm still threatening mate and the bishop. And white doesn't have time for d4. And there's not even f4 because I pin. I control these squares, so the bishop can't really defend. Okay, so we go into this line. Now knight d2 probably coming. Wait a minute. What did Adibon play against me? I feel like Adibon somehow sacked their rook on a1. We had like a fun blitz game in Russia where he invented a counter gambit to the Stafford Gambit, but maybe it was a slightly different line. Okay, so here I'm not winning the rook. I think it makes sense to take the bishop first. And then the queen probably wants to return to the center. Although, if I play this, there's knight here, but then queen c3 check. I have some idea of queen g5, hitting this pawn and this pawn. Okay, so I would say this is a pretty successful opening. Of course, it's still very playable for white. Equal material. But I won the pawn back, have some initiative now. I think the knight's going to have to return to d2. There were a few legal moves there. Now I want to play this move, but I also kind of want to play this move. Maybe this is better. The idea of bishop g4 is I want to deflect the queen away from defending c2. And if we trade, then e3 is weak. Let's do it. Yeah, so I want my knight on g4, which is why I played bishop g4. So I want to trade off the bishops. I love you too. Sine tolere. Or sine tolore. Not sure whether to pronounce that as Spanish or as English. Yeah, white's under pressure here. So these things are kind of pinned to the larger things. Queen is tied down to defending stuff. Really can't complain. There was a question, why not queen d4 to hit the pawn? I don't know if it was the most recent position, but yeah, pawns can take diagonally. I did play queen d4 earlier to hit multiple pawns. Okay, so I'm up a pawn, but I have to be careful. White has 3 center pawns. I have none. And now White has some initiative too. I'm bringing the knight. I'm looking at... And if queen f2, I probably just castle. Because then if takes, I win the knight. Thank you, Lerp88. And Albinor... Ino Gino. Oh yeah, I guess my mug and shirt are matching today. We still have the merch command. Okay, so rook c1. I was thinking about knight c3, but it doesn't work. With knight c3, there's takes king f2. My knight would be trapped. So I'll play this move. Now I have access to the king side. If rook b1, things might get a bit spicy. Rook b1. Because I might end up castling queenside. And then rook lift, attack. Oh, there's also rook c4 here. Or d4. Okay, now I'm thinking queen a3, hitting this pawn. But then knight c4, attacking, defending. Queen e7. I don't mind that. Because once the knight comes to c4, it looks like a decent piece, but it can't really do much beyond that. I mean, maybe there's knight a5 ideas. Hey, the first merch purchase of the year.
Keep up the good work.
Thanks so much.
Hi, quack.
Quack, hi, quack. I don't know how to pronounce that name, but thank you. Okay, time to quack at the queen. So white has to be really careful not to get forked. If queen here or here, I would fork on d3. Although then there was queen e3. But now another fork is coming. Mainly hitting the king and the rook. Okay. Life is pretty good. This is okay.
Fun.
Having lots of fun. So white wants to get revenge by forking me. I'm calculating rook d4, knight f7, rook f8, king e3. Because there's a weird line, like rook a4, e6, rook e8, rook d1, and if I take the pawn, I get mated. And the threat is e7, rook d8. So it might be safer doing something else. Maybe takes, and then rook e8 immediately. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, here I can play rook d7, defending f7. So if I had to estimate my opponent's rating, definitely above 1500. At least like 18 or 1900. Because the mistakes this game weren't like super beginner level. And position kind of gradually crumbled for white. And the main mistake was getting forked with the 92 move. Okay. Want to win stuff. A4 is a good move. I'll play G5. Rook supports the pawn. The plan is this and then this. Okay, maybe I'll come around. Come from behind. Idea rook e1. Allowing this. I just want to get the rooks doing things. Okay, we'll make Luft. A5. And then this move. And gradually preparing the ladder mate. How is this game going to end? Oh, that's how it ends. So no checkmates yet in 2022. But thanks for the game, Colin McGruder. Yeah, opponent kind of walked into this queen d4 move. And maybe white's still probably objectively better. Oh wow, best move bishop h4. Kind of hard to play. Bishop e3 was played. Okay, then black's for choice. Okay, first Stafford Gambit of 2022 complete. Many more Staffords to come, probably.